When you think about the higher education, how many of you have had to fund your children's college education? How many think it's too high? Okay, let me tell you what I've done in order to address it, and will continue to do. This past legislative session, I passed a bill that when someone transfers from a community college going to a university thinking that they've taken the prerequisite courses in order to get a degree, only to find out that they have to take the same courses when they get to a university. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Well, I put a stop to that, okay? It's going to take a couple of years to go into effect, but I put a stop to it. And then when you begin to think about students graduating from college, and then they have that loan, that debt, and guess where they end up? Back at your house, right? I love you. I've changed the room up. Don't want you back, okay? But then they have become back because of the amount of debt that they have. I think that what we need to do, and what I will fight for as your United States Senator, is to make certain that there's at least 2 more years of free public education beyond the 12th grade. If we do that, we're going to be able to impact the debt that students have after college. We've got to make certain they have some shares, that they have input into that process, and they have some skin in the game, and we can do that. Now, Senator, how do we go about doing all this? How do we deal with issues concerning medical services in terms of Medicaid for all, or making certain that health care is a basic right for all people in this country? Well, you got to remember that there was a tax bill, tax cuts, that Trump put in, right? We need to look at those tax cuts and figure out exactly what parts need to stay and what parts need to go. And here's the other thing. I believe that top 1% we always talk about, if they knew that their monies, tax money, was going to be put in a dedicated fund, guess where my finance come in? Put in a dedicated fund, and that dedicated fund was going to be used for health care, I think that they would be more at ease in terms of participating in putting more taxes into our system, as opposed to the money going into the general fund. I believe that would be true. Talking to some people that I know that are in that bracket, that's what they've said, as opposed to the general fund. I think that we can decide exactly what priorities we're going to have in order to make certain that we do tax cuts and target spending in order to get things done. I'm not going to sit up and tell you that I'm going to be all over the board on everything, because I'm not. I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 things extremely well, and then come back and report to you what I've actually done. I think that when we begin to look at our students, one thing that I've done as a state senator over these past 26 years, I've been able to make certain that young people in my senatorial district and some outside of the senatorial district were able to get internships during the summertime. Over 3,000 internships internship opportunities I've been able to provide students in my senatorial district. And now some of those people, young people now, are, one is the chair, one is the chairman of the board of the Dallas Independent School District. So I have elected officials that have come out of those particular classes. And I'll continue to do that in terms of making certain that we establish a pipeline as a U.S. Senator. I've got to be able to use the office as a bully pulpit, 10 minutes, use the office as a bully pulpit in order to make certain we take advantage of it for the best interest of our communities. Lastly, I'll make certain that I work on making us have a living wage in the state of Texas and also this country. I want to make certain I work on $15. It makes no sense us starting off at $1.25. It's made no sense that Texas has a minimum wage of $7.25. We've got to make certain that we have a livable wage in this country.